The market is down, your thumb is on sell, and selling right now is the single most expensive thing you will ever do to your money. So before you touch it, do this with me. Breathe. We are going to get you to the other side of this without a mistake you cannot undo. I know the feeling exactly. The screen is red, your stomach drops, and doing something, anything, feels safer than just sitting here taking it. But here is the one number that should stop your thumb. Over 20 years, ordinary investors earn about 1.7% a year, less than the very funds they own. Not because the market failed them. Because they sold in moments that felt exactly like this one. They do not lose it to the crash. They lose it to themselves. If a calm, sourced way through crash days is useful to you, the kind that turns volatility into compounding instead of panic, then subscribe and stay with me, because that is the entire job of this channel. And if that is not what you came for, no hard feelings at all. Stay anyway and just breathe with me, because what comes next is a 4-step calm down you can run on yourself every single time the market scares you. And there is one number in it that explains why selling in a crash feels so safe, and is actually the loss. So here is the turn, and it is the thing almost nobody in a panic wants to hear. You do not need a new strategy. The plan you built back when you were calm and thinking clearly is still the right plan today. What you need in this exact moment is not a better portfolio or a cleverer move. It is a calm down you can run on yourself, so that you do not quietly undo years of patience in one frightened afternoon. And it is just 4 steps. Name it. Zoom out. Check the rule. Do the one calm thing. That is the whole protocol. Bookmark it now, because I am going to walk you through it right here, with you, on today's red screen. Step 1. Name it. Say it plainly, out loud if you can. This is fear, and fear is not information. The drop on your screen did not actually tell you a single new thing about the companies you own. What it did was pull a trigger far older than any market. Daniel Kahneman, who won a Nobel Prize for this work, showed that a loss hurts about twice as much as the very same gain feels good. So when the screen turns red, the alarm rings twice as loud, not because the danger doubled, but because that is how the mind treats a loss. So name it. This is loss aversion. It is a feeling, a famous and well-studied one, and not a fact about my future. Naming it out loud takes a surprising amount of the air right out of it. Step 2. Zoom out. Take your eyes off today's number and put them on the balance this money is actually for, the one that is 20 years out. Because here is what the panic carefully hides from you. If you had stayed fully invested over the last 20 years, and you simply missed the 10 best days in the market, just 10 days, you would have cut your total return roughly in half. And here's the part that should change how you feel right now. 9 of those 10 best days landed inside the worst crashes, often within 2 weeks of the very bottom. So sit with this. You think selling protects you. But miss the 10 best days in 20 years, and you cut your return in half, and 9 of those 10 land in the middle of the crash. The selling is not the safety. The selling is the loss. The market can fall 40% this year, and your 20-year plan does not change by a single line. Step 3. Check the rule, not the screen. Somewhere, in a much calmer moment than this one, you already made the real decisions. How much you put in. How it is divided. When the automatic contribution fires. That is your rule, and a crash is not new information to it. A crash is simply an event your plan already expected, the same way a sailor already expects rough weather. Benjamin Graham, the man who taught Warren Buffett, put it about as plainly as it can be put. The investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself. So in this moment, you do not rewrite the rule. You read it. You hand the decision back to the calmer, clearer version of you who wrote it, instead of the frightened version holding the phone right now. Step 4. Do the one calm thing. And 9 times out of 10, the calm thing is nothing. You let the automatic contribution fire on payday exactly like it always does, and then you close the app. That is the whole action. Peter Lynch said that far more money has been lost by investors preparing for crashes than has ever been lost in the crashes themselves. And Charlie Munger spent an entire lifetime repeating that the big money is not in the buying or the selling. It is in the waiting. So doing nothing, on purpose, is the trade. It is the hardest and most valuable move you will make all year, and from the outside, it looks like you did absolutely nothing at all. Now let us run it once, all the way through, exactly the way you will run it on your own the next time the screen goes red. So picture it, or live it. If today is the day, the market is down, your thumb is over sell. Step 1, name it. Say it. This is fear, not information. Let it lose just a little of its grip. Step 2, zoom out. This money is for the you of 20 years from now. Picture that balance, not today's. Today's red is 1 pixel in a 20-year picture. Step 3, check the rule. Ask it. Has my actual plan changed, or has only today's price changed? If only the price moved, the rule still stands. Step 4, do the calm thing. Hands off the screen. Let the plan run. Close the app. Breathe. That is the entire calm down. A few honest minutes, and the single worst mistake in investing quietly, simply, does not happen to you today. One honest caution, because this can be misused, and I would rather you have it straight. This calm down is for when only the price changed, not for when your life changed. If you genuinely need this money in the next year or two, or your real goals have actually shifted, then that is a true decision to make in daylight, calmly, on an ordinary day, never as a panic sell in the middle of a red afternoon. Staying the course was never the same thing as ignoring your life. It only means you do not let a falling number make a permanent decision that a falling number has no business making. The calm down protects you from fear. It was never meant to replace honest planning. And here is why this works when raw willpower never does. Panic is not really a thinking problem, so you cannot simply order yourself to be rational and expect to win. Panic is a speed problem. Fear moves first, and it moves fast, and the calm down works by placing 4 small steps between the feeling and your finger. That little gap is everything. Inside that gap, the older, slower, wiser part of you finally catches up and gets a vote. You are not pretending to feel calm. You are buying yourself the handful of seconds it actually takes to become calm. Because that, in the end, is all discipline ever really is. A little structure standing quietly between you and the most expensive thing you could do. So here is the whole thing, and you can run it on any red day for the rest of your investing life. 4 steps. Name it, zoom out, check the rule, do the calm thing. Tonight, while the market is quiet, do one small kindness for the version of you who will be scared someday. Write your crash rule on a single line. When it drops, I run the calm down, and I do not sell. Screenshot it. That one sentence is what future you gets to read instead of the headlines. Bookmark this video, and come back and run it with me the next time the screen goes red, because there will be a next time, and you will be ready for it. Subscribe for the Calm Investor Playbook that turns volatility into compounding. Calm investors. Build wealth with patience, not panic.